Hello, my name is Shane Maloney. Welcome to my presentation for my master's project at MTU, which is titled UX Design in the Era of Artificial Intelligence, Practitioners' Experiences, Challenges, and Futures. Today I'll be sharing insights from my research on how the rise of AI is being felt by UX designers and what it might mean for the future of the profession. To give you an outline, I'll start with the background and motivation for the study, touching on the research question. After that, I'll describe the methodology, data collection, and data analysis. Then I'll present some of the main themes that emerged before finishing with a short discussion, commentary on future work, and conclusion. The full paper, of course, contains additional details and themes, so please refer to that for more detailed information. So why this topic? Over the past few years, AI has rapidly moved from a speculative innovation to a transformative force across industries, and UX design is no exception. AI-powered tools like Lovable, Figma Make, and software from OpenAI are reshaping workflows and potentially changing what it means to be a designer. While these tools create some exciting opportunities, they also raise deep questions about professional identity, job security, ethics, and the future of UX design practice. Despite academic surveys related to this topic, I noticed there was a lack of in-depth qualitative accounts of how designers themselves are actually experiencing this time of flux. I felt this topic was of particular importance during this period of job market disruption for the tech industry. This was my motivation for my study. The research was guided by one central question. How is the emergence of AI being felt by UX designers, and how do they perceive this impact on the practice and future of their field? Work on this paper began in Q1 of 2025 and extended to Q3, with a bulk of the work happening in June, July, and August. To answer my research question, I set out to recruit highly experienced UX professionals who could provide deep insights on this topic. I created a webpage using Calendly so participants could easily schedule time with me. Zoom was used to facilitate and record interviews. I then imported the data into an online platform called Dovetail, where I transcribed and anonymized the interview transcripts. Collected data was analyzed using reflexive thematic analysis, which views themes as the outcome of active meaning making by the researcher. The process comprised familiarization with the data, identifying interesting features of the data relevant to my research question, and searching for, reviewing, and naming the emerging themes. I created an interview guide to assist my interviews, organized into 6 discussion topics, designed to progressively delve deeper into my research question. As part of my data collection, I conducted deep interviews with 11 highly experienced UX professionals who I recruited across 6 countries. Collectively, these participants have over 100 years of professional UX design experience, many holding senior, leadership, and strategic roles. Each interview lasted between 41 and 97 minutes, with an average of 66 minutes. In total, I collected over 12 hours of interview data. This data set consisted of over 110,000 words of transcribed data. I used Dovetail, a qualitative analysis platform, to organize this data so I could begin my analysis. As you can see from the screenshot shown, there was a lot of data to analyze. More than 500 highlights were generated, each tagged with descriptive codes. From there, codes were clustered, refined, and gradually developed into themes through the iterative process. The end result was 5 interconnected themes, which together offer a rich picture of how UX designers perceive and feel about AI's impact on their profession. Please refer to my paper in full for more information on each of these themes. For this presentation, I'll briefly share just a few of those key themes. The first theme I'll discuss is the shifting professional roles and identities. This theme relates to how AI is reshaping designers' perception of their role, their sense of professional value, skills, and future trajectories, and how this role is also being reshaped in the view of potentially other stakeholders. For example, P2 said, a lot of things they used to be responsible for, such as user research, concept testing, and validation, is now being done by product managers, and sometimes without the right skill set to do so because they just use AI. The next theme is the affective dimension of AI in UX. This theme relates to the emotional landscape of AI adoption experienced by UX designers. All of the research participants exhibited a strong emotional response when we were discussing the present and future of UX design practice. To quote participant 11, "It's exciting and scary at the same time. I feel like the ground is shifting beneath us." Or to quote participant 7, "Sometimes it makes me anxious. Am I training my own replacement?" The next theme is regards to the impact of AI on craft and practice. Exemplar quotes here are from participant 7, who said, "If I rely too much on AI, am I still practicing design or just picking from AI options?" And participant 9, who said, "It speeds things up, but sometimes the output is so polished it shuts down my own creative thinking." For analysis and discussion on these themes in more depth, please refer to my full research paper. One of the discussion points is that AI may not be creating entirely new problems, but is instead amplifying existing organizational dysfunctions. P7 spoke of an organizational fear of the problem space that is made worse when stakeholders can use AI to generate plausible looking but superficial solutions without engaging in the difficult work of discovery and problem analysis. This dynamic in turn places a burden on designers who are forced into a position of being quality control for AI, quote, "garbage," as described by P2, that contributes to burnout and frustration. For further details on this and other points, please refer to the discussion section of the paper in full. At the upcoming UX conference in Vienna this October, I'll be partnering with the conference organizers to conduct a survey among the conference attendees to further explore my research topic. I also plan to co-organize a workshop to co-design solutions and strategic responses to some of the topics identified in my research paper. In conclusion, this study shows that while AI offers powerful new capabilities, it is also impacting workflows, roles, amplifying systemic challenges that are already present in the industry, and placing significant emotional and new professional demands on designers. The field of UX design is at a critical juncture, and the key question is not just whether designers can adapt, but whether organizations and the wider UX community can create the conditions for designers to thrive in this new era of AI. AI may not replace designers, but it may reshape what it means to be one. Our challenge is ensuring that humanity remains at the center of design. Thank you for listening, and I welcome any questions or feedback at the email shown on screen. Thank you.